We start here. The Senzo Meyiwa Murder Trial will resume today in the High Court in Pretoria. It was adjourned last year after Advocate Thulani Mngomezulu for accused 1 and 2 was unable to proceed due to ill health. Now, 5 men are currently on trial for the soccer star's 2014 murder. SABC News reporter Chriselda joins us live for more. Chriselda, a good morning to you. An adjournment that we've seen, quite a long one, rather, let me say that. And of course, perhaps you can just give us a quick reminder of why we saw that early adjournment that we saw last year as well.
Now, lady, in fact, just a few moments before we went to air, Advocate Thulani Mngomezulu had arrived here at court. Recall, of course, last year the matter had to be postponed due to the fact that he was not feeling well. We were due to take an adjournment round about the time when the matter was postponed, but we did see Advocate Thulani Mngomezulu fall ill, and the matter then had to take a step back until this year. So this morning we're seeing the resumption of this trial within a trial. And you know, of course, this trial within a trial is due to the fact that it's alleged that accused number 1 and 2 had made confessions. So now what this court is trying to do in this trial within a trial is to establish whether those alleged confessions were taken under duress, because accused number 1 and 2 claim that they had been assaulted into confession. You would recall, of course, that accused number 1, who is Moses, also claimed that he had been assaulted on the day that he had been arrested. A confession was taken from him allegedly on the 30th of May 2020, and he says on that day he was assaulted. Accused number 2 also claiming that he was assaulted on a number of occasions, and says that in fact the man who was last on the stand, you would recall just before we took the long postponement or adjournment, the lead investigator, Brigadier Geninda, was on the stand, and accused number 2, Bongani Ntanzi, claiming that Brigadier Geninda had been, as lead investigator, had been part of or had been present when one of these alleged assaults had taken place, and that he had been forced into signing, a document, or forced into signing this document with this alleged confession. So that is where we are at this stage, Naledi, in the issue relating to the trial within a trial, to determine whether these alleged confessions will be admitted into the main trial. So we're expecting Brigadier Geninda to be back on the stand this morning, but I can certainly confirm for you that the reason why, of course, we had a little bit of an early adjournment last year was due to the fact that Advocate Thulani Mngomezulu had fallen ill. Just before we went to air, we saw him arrive. But of course, today as well, we have some community groups that have come to court this morning. I'm sure you've seen them before, the South Africa Mass Movement. They are one of the parties that are very interested in this case. They say they want justice to be served. We're in a new year. I don't expect their stance to change. Mzucele from the South Africa Mass Movement, thanks indeed for your time. You're back again here this morning, Baba. It's a new year. We understand that Brigadier Geninda is expected back on the stand once again, possibly hoping that there won't be any delays in this matter in the new year?
No, these are the result of a constitution that favor criminal. We are here still discussing the case of assault, not the case of murder of an accused. So these are the results. We are struggling with crime because we have a constitution that nests criminal. That must be clear. We have a constitution that nests criminals. Here, we are here to say this year we want this case to end, because we cannot afford to continue discussing what is the case within the case. That shows that they favor criminals. What is the case within the case? Here we are talking about murder, but there's no way we're still discussing the assault, the confession. You see, these are the results which we are here to say we want to see justice. Now it's going to be 10 years. Which family can expect to wait for 10 years for justice while the constitution of this country is busy looking after criminals? We cannot accept that. We know one of the guys already convicted for one of the cases. So it's clear we are dealing with criminals here. So we are here to say we are tired of this constitution which nests criminal. We want this case to end.
Mzucele, thank you very much indeed. I think you've relatively summed up what it is that you're here to do. If I could just step out of shot and ask my colleague Themba Njobodi just to pan in on there, you'll see this is the banner that they have set up outside the court, and basically saying that our justice system is failing the victims of crimes, and basically also saying enough is enough. What some of these community groups are hoping is that we will not see any delays in this particular matter this year. And certainly what we've seen last year, quite a number of delays in this particular matter, but we're still within a trial phase. Basically what the court is trying to determine, as I indicated, whether these particular alleged confessions that were made by accused number 1 and 2 were obtained without duress as well. So that's what we're expecting at 10 o'clock this morning on the SABC YouTube page. That's where you can also follow the case as well.
Yeah.